You're in the John Fredericks Media Network and the John Fredericks Radio app, and I am your Godzilla of the truth in America, your oracle of the plurables. Thanks for being with us live. Iowa Bus Tour Day 2 in Urbandale, just in West Des Moines. Great to have you with us. Dan Oxter is going to be joining us a little bit later on. The Oxman's coming. We got a bunch of guests on. I've lost track of them. I have no earthly idea. But a lot of Iowans coming on, a lot of people talking about what they're seeing, what they're feeling. Don't forget, go to our poll up on my social media. You want to vote in the first straw poll in the nation. We're going to release it when we get about 10,000 responses. We can release it by state. That's how it's broken down. This is one of the best polls ever. You got 11 candidates in it. At JF Radio Show. Doesn't matter what social media you're on. You can go to X. It's pinned there. Vote there. Just go to my website, johnfredericksradio.com. And that poll, we got a little glimpse of it. I can't leak it, but it's very interesting. Let me just tell you, it's very interesting. And it's a great cross-section of people so far. And Chris, I'm not going to leak it, but I am going to tease it.
You should tease it.
I should tease it.
Tease it.
It's very interesting.
It's fascinating. I'm looking at the dashboard right now. I am blown away. The data you collect on this kind of a poll is absolutely stunning. And you could be setting the tone here for the 2028 cycle, John. It really is.
And is it what you expected?
No.
Neither.
I mean, I don't want to give any numbers away right now,
right.
But some are doing much more poorly than I thought. And some are doing better than I thought. There's a couple leaders, obviously, J.D. Vance and Marco, name ID, driving the conversation nationally. But don't want to give too much away. But it's a strong set of data we got here, and the more people take a look at this and go to the poll and participate, the more their voice is going to be heard and seen, and it's going to make a difference.
It's very interesting.
Fascinating.
When you look at this poll.
I do this every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I was on a poll briefing yesterday, John, for an hour for an issue back home in Virginia, and we break it down by demographics, by media markets, by age, and you target messaging so finely tuning in on what you need to do to get certain things to happen in the electorate. And that was fascinating. But this really is this is what political nerds live for.
And listen, so the poll you did, you said back home, that means Virginia. Yeah. That's got to be the one on redistricting, right? I'm
not going to say it.
Am I going to like the poll?
I think you're going to. Well, it's not a done deal. Hopefully, we won't have to fight this one out. Hopefully, it's going to be the Supreme Court is going to go. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's going with 7-0.
Yeah.
Right.
So
okay, let's get. We got a cut here. Let's run cut one. Here is Ilhan Omar responding to Trump saying the Department of Justice is going to investigate her rise in net worth. Roll it.
Congressman, do you have a response to President Trump saying that you're profiting off of the fraud situation or the fraud investigation that's going on in Minnesota? He's been saying that repeatedly. I wonder if you have a response to it.
I told you to stop believing what that man says, man.
Well,
I don't know why you keep asking me what that man says. Nothing he says is true. Has never been true.
Well, he's president.
I mean, again, just because you're president doesn't mean you're a truthful person. That man is a liar and delusional, and obviously needs to get some help. His obsession with me is way too much.
Has DOJ contacted you at all?
Absolutely not. You know this. You talk to them.
No. I was just wondering if you were contacted because he's saying DOJ is going to investigate you. Trump is.
Who are you? Who are you?
Well, thank you.
Just a person who asks stupid questions.
Fraud! Oh my God! This now Comer's taking over. I bet that's going to put the fear of God in her, because Comer's going to take out his shoe like Get Smart. Don Adams call Fox News every 20 minutes. Hey Tyler, you got to find the Get Smart theme. Just go to YouTube and find out. We got to play that for Comer. But give me a break, man. Comer does it. What's the last time Comer did anything? Saxman, ever?
Did what?
When's the last time James Comer accomplished anything? Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's popular because he's out there, working, getting stuff done at the House level. he has a House oversight, right?
Turn that off. Just move it. It turns off. Yeah, it's too hot. That's it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Comer doesn't do anything. That's just the bottom
The
line.
oversight committee's job, its function is to hold oversight hearings. To that extent, he brings.
Yeah, but they never do anything. They have hearing after hearing after hearing.
Well, that's
and he
you get a
goes
lot of
and he goes on
information
Fox News and they do nothing. There's no subpoenas. There's no arrest. There's nothing. Guy's done nothing.
Well,
Guy's a bag of wind as far as I'm concerned. Coupled with the fact he's a guy I got to deal with in Washington D.C. because he's head of the oversight committee. He can't get out his calendar, so he doesn't care, evidently. But I'm going to keep trying because I'm persistent, as you know, Chris.
I've picked up on that over the years.
Let's get to the phone lines here. We got Fredericks. We got Saxman in the house. Bus tour day 2. Where are we? Urbandale?
Clive.
West. We're in Clive today.
Clive, Iowa.
Clive, Iowa. Tomorrow, Sioux City. How far is that, Larry? 3 hours away?
3 hours.
3 hours. Going to Sioux City. Got a contingent going there. I mean, I got so many people on in Sioux City. They're going to be lined up at the door. Because people are pumped, man. I'm telling you. You got to get out. As soon as you get out of the what do we? I call it the D.C. Beltway. But as soon as you get out of the White House, you get to D.C., the DMV,
The bubble.
right?
It's the bubble beltway.
The bubble, the DMV bubble,
Beltway bubble.
the Beltway bubble. As soon as you get out and you come out of and you can't go to Maryland or Virginia or no, or even Allentown. No, you got to go to Iowa.
Yeah, this is the heartland.
There's the heartland. And then you get a very different perspective.
It's very different when you get out here too.
And it fires you up.
Yeah, I get excited about America.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's the best line. Saxman, it makes you excited about America. You sit in that bubble all week,
Nah, you come out
and
here,
it's just
man.
all those all those people in the first 3 rows, and they're all so negative, and they're all so mean, and they all hate Trump, and that's all you get.
Right.
And then you come out here, and people are happy. We had dinner last night. I know you missed it at the machine shop. Larry, that was the biggest pile of meatloaf and potatoes I've ever seen in my life. What that? And he goes in, he says, I'm not very hungry. I had a bar at 5 o'clock. I don't think I'll go. I'm like, Larry, come with Ox and I and have dinner. Okay, well, I'm not very hungry. Then he orders the meatloaf man-eater special. The thing is piled up higher than this computer. It's got mashed potatoes all over it. And I look over after finishing my wine, and he's like, his plate's empty. I'm like, Larry, when you get to the white part, it's the plate, right? You can't eat anymore.
It's like that scene in, what was that movie, Vacation Rental with John Candy, the 96er. They brought out that slab of meat and said, if you can eat 96 ounces of meat, it's free.
That's about what Larry
The
did.
96er.
I had the catfish grilled.
Oh,
So, so they had a special order. You don't really get special orders in Iowa. I'm like, I don't like the breading. I just get the catfish and grill it. Like, I'll have to talk to the chef about it. It was great. It got it
No,
prepared.
chefs loves that when you do that.
I know.
Because it breaks up the rhythm, and they get to focus on something new and different. And they can be, especially early in the week, that's how restaurants function.
Fresh catfish, grilled with just a little oil.
Yeah.
Nothing on it,
No, it's
just
easy.
fresh.
No, it's
Came in
fantastic.
today right out of the Iowa streams wherever they get the catfish. Unbelievable. Okay, let's get to the phone lines. Let's get to line 1, Rob in New York. Rob, you're live.
Good morning, John.
Yo.
I just want to say, you're not nice to Comer. You at least will give a sternly written letter. So there's that. So
Finger waggle.
anyway,
Finger waggle.
and a finger waggle on Fox
What do you say?
News.
Finger
That's right.
waggle.
Finger
and
waggle.
What was your America line?
Excited to be about America.
I know.
Excited to be American.
Go ahead.
Excited
Go
about
ahead,
it.
Rob.
Sorry, Rob.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But I want to say thank you for going out to Iowa. You know, a lot of people forget here on the East Coast about Iowa. Iowa, especially like the Des Moines area, is kind of like the Wall Street of the Midwest. You know, people think of that as Chicago, but almost every investment firm or insurance company has some sort of back office operations out there. So it's not all cornfields. It's not all a bunch of hayseeds. These are like good people you want as neighbors who handle, a lot of financial stuff. I will remind my friends out this way about that. But anyway, I wanted to say, here's Trump getting all these wins, and his party still can't support him in the Senate. and they're screwing around with stuff in the House. It's just mind-boggling what we're watching here. We're literally watching a party that does not want to win. I just don't understand. And we're seeing it right in front of us, live time. Trump rack up wins. We talked before about, how people are getting larger refunds. And I get it, refunds are just interest-free loans, but these are people who normally would have been taxed on this money because it was tip money or it was overtime money. And
or Social Security.
maybe we get some, or Social Security. That's another one if you meet the criteria. I mean, that's for seniors within 75,000, under 75,000 single and under 150 if they're married. But there's still plenty of people like that in America.
But they're the ones that need it.
Exactly.
I mean, that's my
correct. 100%.
They're the ones that need the time. I mean, that's why I had no problem with the parameters. A lot of people are complaining about it. I'm like, if you're retired and you're getting Social Security and your combined income is over $150,000, look, I mean, newsflash, right? You can find a way to live without no tax on Social Security. You can figure it out, because if you're getting, if both couples are getting Social Security, you might be getting, $6,000-7,000 a month, maybe $6,000, or even if the one is getting, you're probably getting, $4,000, and then you get, you're making $150,000. You got to figure out how to live on $200,000, or, I don't care what you do, but it's for the tax break for Social Security or for the seniors that need it. That's why I had no issue with that. But go ahead.
Same here. I think it's brilliant. And this is what I say. We got it's get rid of that filibuster, get this legislation through, and then after get through the midterms, and then the last 2 years of the Trump presidency should be all about like a modern version of Newt's contract with America on the economic front. And in the background, you get the accountability, because at the end of the day, plenty of the base, they still want that meat. We have not seen any major person get what's it called? What do they call that thing? Got perp walked, and and face any consequences. I mean, look what they did to Navarro and to Bannon. Look what they did to Roger Stone. Look what they did to General Flynn.
Because
okay,
they don't
nothing.
care. See,
this is BS.
We have no balls. They have balls. That's why they beat us. It's simple. And you're right. The Republicans are they feel better in a minority where they don't have to be accountable to anything. Right. That's just when they're happy. So thank you, Rob. Thank you, Robin, in New York. Meantime, Mandami, New York running out of money. They can't pick the garbage up. The rats are coming. The rats are coming in droves. The city stinks, and he's been there a month. Well, at least there 3 months. I mean, that thing is such a rat hole, and it's only going to get worse, dude. And it's going to go bankrupt fast. So, but hey, call 1-800-Kathy Hochul. Let's get to John in New Jersey. John, you're live, line 2. Roll with John and Chris.
Hey, John. How you doing?
Good. How's Michelle?
I'm glad you're out. She's fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm feeling momentum lately, which is great. But the reason I called is, you're talking about, we have absolutely nothing. You could put everything, and I'm talking about everything from taxes, Ukraine, whatever the case may be. You put it all to the side if we don't have fair and honest elections.
Yep.
Election integrity, making sure we have voting, nothing even comes close to falling behind that. Now, with that being said, what I think we should do, which is not my idea, Charlie Kirk used to talk about this. He was bringing this up a lot right before he passed, with the momentum of the halftime show, which is driving them absolutely insane. I've never seen them melt down like this before. So that's how, and when they're talking about the live streaming, we had 4 individuals on one live stream just in my house. So those numbers are insane when you think about it. The bottom line is where I'm going here with this is right in South Dakota, the heart of John Thune country, you hold a Save America rally. You take the momentum from the halftime show, you plop a rally down right in friggin' South Dakota, and thousands upon thousands would show for that rally. And you put the fear of God in them. And that was a Charlie Kirk idea. You know, if we weren't going to be getting what we wanted, if they weren't going to move where we wanted them to move, we start to go right to where they are and put max pressure on them. So I think, you know, right now is the time for TPUSA, guys like you, Bongino, everybody just promote a giant rally right in South Dakota, Save America voter integrity rally.
Well, I like the idea.
That's just my idea.
Of a Save America rally, Chris, to put pressure on it. But these weasel Republicans in the Senate, you get. I mean, I love the idea, but it's not going to do anything because they're all isolated in their own states, and a lot of them aren't even up for re-election, so they're all scared, and you know, they don't want their legacy to be that they voted on something meaningful. But Chris, how do you put pressure on these senators to scrap this man-made Mitch McConnell 60-vote cloture rule thing?
Well, I don't think you do. I don't think it's going to. I think it's a ruse. The fact of the matter is, you have to win the debate, organize your people, get them to the polls. That's what happens in America. You know, you're not going to win every vote in Senate.
But they're cheating. The SAVE Act stops the illegals from voting. Why wouldn't?
Well,
why wouldn't Republicans vote for that?
John, I'm going to go in the weeds here a little bit. One of the problems in federal legislation is they lump all of these things, be it a SAVE Act, be it a bill and appropriations, whatever, it's a big, beautiful bill that they jammed through, which a lot of people supported, which is great. The problem is you don't have what's known in most legislatures as a single object rule. Because people see the SAVE Act and they go, voter ID. Well, it's a lot of other things that are complicating you from getting voter ID. So if you just put a bill in that did only voter ID, that's the single object, you would get that passed. And every provision you want, you make them take difficult votes on that particular bill. That's how you get it to the floor. And that's when you say, they're not for that. So stop fighting against your fellow Republicans, your fellow conservatives. They're not the bad guys here, okay? The people who are stopping voter ID from being implemented are not Republicans. It's everything else that's lumped into that you can find objection with. No, voting no is the easiest thing to do on any piece of legislation. And the bigger it gets, the easier it gets. Why? Because you always find something that's totally objectionable to go back and say it's not good enough.
You think it should just be one federal law on voter ID?
Yes.
That's it.
One
you have
bill.
to have an ID to vote.
One bill.
That's it.
And then come back with another bill that does something else on voter.
But let's get the voter ID done, and that, I mean, in the polling shows it's got 72%, 75%.
So pass that bill.
Right, pass that bill.
And then come in with something else that you don't like. And you pass that bill.
Right.
And you pass the other bill, and you get momentum. People go, see, we're getting things done here.
Yeah, instead they lump it all into one. I get
It's just bad strategy.
All right, we gotta go. Top of the hour, John. Thank you. We're gonna be right back. John Fredericks, Chris Saxman, Oxner coming later, live in Iowa. Stay with us.